Why is my temperature light on? Your temperature warning light is one of the most important and urgent indicators on your dashboard. And when it turns on, whether steady or flashing, it's not a suggestion, it's not a reminder, and it's not something to revisit later. It means your engine is experiencing heat levels beyond its designed operating range, and immediate action is required. Heat is definitely one of the most destructive forces inside of your engine. When engine temperatures rise above safe limits, components expand, lubrication breaks down, pressures increase, and the risk of catastrophic failure definitely grows rapidly. Every driver eventually encounters the temperature light during long drives, short trips, hot weather, cold weather, traffic, and sometimes even moments after starting the vehicle. Regardless of where or when it appears, the meaning is always the same. Your cooling system is unable to regulate the heat, and your engine is overheating or on the edge of overheating. And that brings some immediate questions. Why is the temperature light on? Can I keep driving? Is the engine already damaged? What caused this? What should I do right now? How do I prevent this from happening again? So a steady temperature light means that your engine is running hotter than normal. It's overheating, but not yet at a critical point. You must take action immediately. The flashing temperature light, the engine is in active overheating. Continuing to drive can cause major engine damage in minutes or less. When the temperature light appears, heat is building faster than the cooling system can control it. And at that moment, coolant may not be circulating. The radiator cooling may be insufficient. Pressure may be rising inside the system. Oil may be losing lubrication strength. Components may be expanding beyond safe limits. Internal friction may be increasing. This is not a warning you ignore. So some of the symptoms would be like a low coolant level, a coolant leak itself, and that could be in like the radiator, the water pump, heater core, thermostat housing, hoses, clamps, overflow reservoir, and it's definitely going to smell sweet. You might get some steam from under the hood, visible puddles, frequent need to add coolant. It's a sealed system, so you should definitely not need to be adding coolant. Temperature rising in traffic, definitely need to have it checked out. You could have a thermostat failure, a water pump failure. You could have radiator problems or blockages. You could have radiator fan failure. You could have air pockets in the cooling system, temperature sensor malfunction, head gasket failure. And this. So what, from the automotive repair side, not from the customer side, from the automotive repair side. A long time ago, I decided that I was not going to accept responsibility for customers' cars. And what I mean by that is, it comes in and it's got a problem. Doesn't matter what the problem is. Could be a million different problems. And then we fix something like the water pump, like the thermostat, whatever. And after we fix the water pump or the thermostat or replace the radiator or replace the heater core or whatever, and then we find out that it's still overheating. And then most customers, not all, most customers think that we're at fault somehow or another at that point. Nothing can be further from the truth. When it overheats, there can be a lot of different problems. And you have to start fixing whatever you think caused it to begin with. Thermostat, water pump, leaking stuff, whatever is the most obvious thing. But that doesn't mean that your head gasket is good. It doesn't mean that your head is good. It doesn't mean that your block is good. It doesn't mean anything. It literally means that there's a problem and you might have already ruined a lot of other stuff. And you may not have. But so what I started trying to tell all of my shops is that they definitely need to do a block test every time they open the coolant system. It's a great idea. So I would actually, from a customer's point of view, I would recommend anytime that you're going to have a shop open your coolant system for no matter what the reason, have them do a block test. Have them have them check to make sure that there's nothing going on even more so that you don't authorize a repair only to find out that it's going to cost you a whole lot more. Because if the block test comes back as a positive, that means that you've got combustion in your coolant system. And that normally means a cracked head gasket, a cracked head, a warped block, something. And you got to remember, most heads are aluminum nowadays. And I don't know if you've ever been sitting by a fire and you throw in an aluminum can, it's destroyed so fast it's not even funny. You throw in an old time metal can and it's not destroyed very fast at all. But yeah, I mean, aluminum just doesn't appreciate heat at all. So, the most common or dangerous mistakes that drivers make when temperature light comes on is they continue to drive. They turn on the AC. They open the radiator cap wall hot, and you do not do it. I mean, that's just going to spray hot, boiling water all over everything, including you if you opened it. They add cold water to a hot engine, and it's just like glass at that point. The way that they make glass for you know whatever the stained glass is, they get it hot and then they get it cold. They get it cold and then they get it hot, and it's bad news. I mean, it breaks stuff. Don't idle your vehicle to cool it down, because if the water pump's not working, how is the water going to turn even at an idle? So what you should do is turn off the AC, turn on the heater. It doesn't matter how hot it is outside. If you turn off the AC and turn on the heater, the heater's got a little radiator called the heater core in your dash. That's what it's blowing through to get you, hotter in the winter. And it may feel uncomfortable, but that can definitely prevent rapid overheating. It's not a end all fix all. I mean, if the water pump's not working, it's not fixing anything, flat out. So you pull over safely and shut off the engine. You do not open the radiator cap. You check the coolant level using the overflow reservoir only. You look for steam, puddles, or unusual smells, and you contact a cooling system professional immediately and get it towed in. Towed in. Because, I mean, you can't understand all of the different things that you can run into with a overheating problem. So, the professionals are definitely going to do a cooling system pressure test, a thermostat operation test, a radiator flow and airflow inspection, a water pump evaluation, a coolant and condition analysis, fan and electrical system testing, combustion gas test, air pocket removal, infrared temperature scans. You need to maintain your vehicle. I don't really care at that point as far as people, you got to maintain the vehicle. And if you've watched any of my videos before, it's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing because it's great for the shop. All of my shops that do preventive maintenance, they love it. Well, they love it because they're not ripping you off. They love it because they're not hurting you. They love it because they're helping you. They truly have your best interests at heart. And as a customer, you can pay me now or you can pay me later. Later is always more expensive. Keep driving that overheating car. It's way more expensive. Way more. And if you don't end up fixing the car because it's now totaled, then you're buying a new or used one, and then now where's your retirement going? If you own your car for 10, 15, 20, 25 years, I know you're not keeping up with the Joneses at that point and people that might think you're poor, but you're going to be enjoying such a fantastic retirement. It's not even funny. And they might be having a new car, but I bet you they ain't going to be enjoying their retirement as good as you are. And again, people's financing and financial situation is all independent, and there's no one size fits all. And if you can afford a new car all the time and it doesn't affect your retirement, please do whatever you want. If you can't, if you don't have the money for a great retirement, then you can't afford to always be buying new and used cars. You need to maintain this one. And maintaining it definitely means taking care of it, especially when it's overheating. So whatever we're doing, protect your investment. Stay safe, stay strong.